Peace. I am Emir Ali Shabazz Allah, and this is Shabazz Asiatic Book Stand. We here on the corner of University and Dale Street. We got the publications of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. We must be wise in our understanding, because wisdom is doing things and gaining experience. Wisdom is not just speaking. It's, like I said, it's doing things, and we increase our understanding from experience, trial and error. When we doing things, that's what we gonna gain our understanding. Wisdom is also the way one expresses himself, and like I said, it's not just about what we saying; it's about what we doing. And there's different forms of self-expression. But when we expressing ourselves, we have to keep aware of our surroundings. We have to know what we keep around ourselves, as well as what we just happen to be close by. We also have to study it mentally and physically. We got these things. And keeping that awareness of being righteous at all times. When we have this, then once we're able to refine our wisdom and being wise in our understanding, once we're able to refine our wisdom and have that refinement, that's going to make it very powerful, because now it's not just wisdom. This wisdom is being applied so I can understand where it fits. Hey, peace, brother. Now, that's understanding where it's going to fit, so we can know how we can apply it, right? Applying our wisdom. That's going to make us, and by us knowing that refinement, that's going to make us powerful. And in between power, from understanding, you got the culture. So now once we living it out, we having experiences of speaking, seeing how that affects, seeing how if what we applying is being correct or not, because we already got the truth. And we just have to know how to use it to secure ourselves some benefit while we alive. Now, we have these things, and in between your understanding and your power, that's your culture. So after we have it, we're going to apply that. And by us living, refining our speech, refining the way that we act, knowing how to express ourselves, because we have the understanding in our head. Now we're going to increase that understanding of the truth and what it means to us, so we can produce any type of environment. We're not just doing things just to find them out. We've already done them and found them out. That's what the wisdom is. You know. Then you have number 23. Tell us what he promised his nation he would do. Answer that he would make a devil, grab them from his own people, and that he would teach them how to rule his people for 6,000 years. And he did just that, but how did he do it? Yaqub taught his people that the reason he was successful is because they obeyed all the laws, rules, and regulations. Then once they did that, they were successful. And what did he tell them? Yaqub first started by going among the land. He started teaching on the streets. He wasn't inside no mosque. He was right here on the streets, where the people at. That's how you're gonna reach people, is when you're on the streets. That's a great lesson to us in this day. And the entire everything, all of these lessons that I'm quoting, other people are quoting, thousands and thousands of people are studying, applying to our life. These are showing us what had happened back then, the cause of all of our problems, the root of all of our problems, and the cause of our success. That's what these is doing. So he first started on the streets, and he first was teaching Islam. And how he taught it with his magnetic attraction was he taught it with promises of luxury, money, and good homes. He said there's a faraway land where y'all can learn, and I'm going to make you rulers in the land. And he taught it. He said, I'm going to teach y'all how to make other people work for you so that you can be in luxury while they out there in hell. So that's what he was teaching. So it had a strong magnetic attraction. When he was doing these sort of things, it was wildly successful until they jailed him. And then they had agreed to put him over into the island of Pilan. He was in the island of Pilan, and they had reached an agreement that I'll leave, but support us on the island for 20 to 25 years until we're self-sustaining. He did it, and he taught his people, said, don't leave the island until y'all get to white people. Keep grafting and doing the birth control process of killing the black and saving the brown, and don't leave it till you have white people. That's what he said. Then he said, once you got white people, one of the laws that I didn't mention, well, actually, let me go back and mention the laws. Yaqub had four, he had his top four laborers. That was the ministers, nurses, doctors, and cremators. He made every one of them to the least of them liars. The minister, the doctor's law was to examine the blood, and he would lie to them and say that he was examining the blood, but really, he would only be telling them like this. Before they would marry, he would tell them either your blood will mix, your blood won't mix. That was a lie that he was telling. He was saying, no, you two are black, you can't have no children together. We're looking for a brown baby, but if it's a brown one, then yes, y'all can get married. And then he would give them a card that they would take to the minister. The minister would lie and say, look, this doctor's card says that y'all blood is not compatible, y'all can't marry. He was lying. He would only marry the ones who was unalike, meaning he would only marry the brown and the black. He would not marry the black, only the brown. This was all in hopes. To get to graft the people into a white devil. Then what he did with his nurses is the nurses, when the baby was born, if it was a black one, he would teach to her to lie and how to sneak a needle into the brain of the baby to kill her, and to lie to the mother and say that it was an angel baby and that she only brought it to heaven and that her baby secured her a home in heaven, and that when she gets to heaven and dies, that she'll have a room. That's the origin of all of the Christianity teachings. That's the origin of any teaching of a mystery of God teaching. That's the Satan teaching. Now, this Satan's teaching is rebellious against divine truth and knowledge. The knowledge that the black man is God. A few individuals only had this knowledge in ancient times, but the gods decided that for the advancement of the human family of the planet Earth, which is the black man, that it was against our advancement if we did not have this knowledge. So everybody's going to be wise. But a few of them was rebellious against that. They did not want the masses who they was in control of to be as wise as them, because they thought they would lose their special privileges, power, and influence among the people. So this rebellious plan manifested itself into the determined idea that was predicted before Yaqub was born in the year 8,400 years before it took place. Now, his nurse, if the mother was alive when she gave birth to the black baby, and the mother was still conscious, the nurse would lie to the black mother and say, look, I need to wash your baby off. And then she would take it away and either feed it to a wild beast in the jungle or give it to the cremator to burn the black babies. And the cremator could not tell the truth. If he revealed the secrets, he had to be a liar too. If he revealed the secrets, he would be, death was the penalty. And he was successful because everybody obeyed his laws. And also, he did not build prison houses to imprison his people. The penalty was death and was enforced on every victim. There was not no exception to the rule. And that's the problem with us today. A lot of times, we think it's an exception, that we's an exception to the rule. When we start to hear when we start to hear wisdom, we have the misunderstanding that, that doesn't apply to me, or I'm above this, or the wisdom I'm hearing, that's for everybody else. I already got it. Well, now you made the mistake, and now you would have the misunderstanding, and you've lost that. You just shut yourself off from that divine truth and knowledge, or that divine intelligence. So now you don't have an original or creative mind. Now you depend on the people of divine intelligence, which is black gods. You depend on them, or Allah. You depend on them for all your ideas. That means you have no ideas of your own. Now, all of these four laborers were all liars, and he taught them how to that once they reach white, they can go back to the land in which they was exiled. Then what happened was, what had taken place was it was like this, right? He taught the one of the rules that I didn't mention in there was that he had taught them that teach your wife, have your wife go out into their house and rent a room for the night. And the next day, go out amongst the righteous people and have her tell lies to the black people and make them fight and kill one another. Lie and say that, oh, I was in her house last night, I seen this and I heard this, and that was white people making trouble amongst us, making us fight and kill one another. That was the entire thing. And that's how Yaqub was able to do that over that 6,000 year history. And he's doing the same thing today. You got white women hoeing around, spreading people's business, making lies. You got materialism, which that was taught to us to worship these things like alcohol, drugs, and these are the different tools which he uses. Yaqub was playing with 2 pieces of steel and only, number 22. How old was the founder? Answer: when Yaqub was 6 years old while playing with 2 pieces of steel, he discovered that one piece had magnetic in it and the other piece did not. Then he learned that the piece with the magnetic in it attracted the piece that did not have magnetic in it. Then he told his people that when he was old enough, he would make a nation that would be unlike it. He would teach them how to rule his people for 6,000 years. Now, steel has become one of the most useful tools of the white race. They make everything. When people were shooting arrows, they put a little piece of steel on the end of that arrow and was able to make it more deadly. They made all their swords, and now they can shoot steel into you with their guns. But then when you're looking at their magnetic, these teachings is the only teachings, the supreme wisdom, and this, which was given by Master Farad Muhammad for black men in America. Not for black men over here or over there, for the most deaf, dumb, and blind one that was in America. That's why it's a supreme wisdom. Now, if we are blind to this understanding, we are yet blind to him who has come to save us and make us self-saviors and self-sufficient. But these teachings, the supreme wisdom, has such a magnetic attractive power, because what does it give them? What do it give the black man in America? It gives him knowledge of righteousness, the knowledge of himself, the science of everything in life, love, peace, and happiness. That's the magnetic attractive powers of these teachings. A separation must always occur, and that's our only salvation. All right? Peace.